So we finally had Christmas with my parents, and my dad was so excited. He came to tell me, I won Christmas. What do you mean you won Christmas? What does that mean? Oh, I got the perfect gift for the kids. For my daughter, he got a big Paw Patrol monster truck playset. It's their new thing. For my son, he was able to score him some like vintage N64 games in box. He found them at our local game store. For me, though, he was the most excited because he was telling me, hey, remember you were telling me about that game where you play like this monkey man, and you were telling me you couldn't show it to me because they don't have it on the Switch, Black Myth Wukong or something like that. And he was like, check it out. They actually do have it on the Switch, and I got it for you. And you said it was like $60, $70 on the PlayStation? It's only $7 on the Nintendo Switch. Check it out. So I figured let's take a look at this Black Myth Wukong on the Nintendo Switch. But first, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and gives me something to look forward to in 2025. Anyway, so, I figured, hey, listen, I do a lot of work in gaming and I know quite a bit, but hey, maybe I missed something. That's always possible. In fact, that's quite common. And, I've never known Nintendo to actually lower their prices on something, or if something has a Switch port, it doesn't seem to go down in price. In fact, usually it's the opposite. Nor did I think the Switch could handle Black Myth Wukong. Well, all my questions were soon answered, as I'm sure you can see as well. We have Wukong Sun Black Legend. Well, hey, at least they got most of the words in the title. And I know it's been a minute since I played the game, but I don't remember it like this. I mean, for one, I thought it was 3D, or, at least more than basic 2D. I don't remember really chasing coins around and diamonds. I also remember the animation being quite a bit better. And, don't remember floating platforms that you had to jump between. No, that's right. That's because this is not Black Myth Wukong. Please do not get confused. I understand that a majority, in fact, I'm going to guess 99.9% of all my audience who checks this video out, or anyone who sees this, is going to know the difference, but there's that slight chance that somebody will purchase this thinking, like, oh, hey, it has to be related to Black Myth Wukong. No, most likely it's a child or an older person, and that's why, I had the whole story with my dad. Of course, my dad didn't. He didn't even know anything about Black Myth Wukong, or he don't know anything about the Switch. In fact, he thinks the Switch is some woke word for gender identity or something. But that is the point, is the majority of people who don't know this stuff or know anything about it will get confused by this sort of thing. I don't know how many Christmases or birthdays that I've gotten like an at games. They're crappy little consoles that are nothing more than like a cheap version of a Raspberry Pi, and nothing works, nothing's official, it's all garbage. A bunch of pirated ROMs, but then they're always so proud of themselves, like, hey, you said gaming systems were $100. Well, I got this for $15 at the dollar store. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna go pretty much in the trash, but great, thanks, appreciate it. Could have just gave me the $15 and would have been a lot better. But you can't act that way. You understand where it comes from. Like, they're trying to help. And so that's why I'm here to talk about Black Myth Wukong on the Switch, because I'm just trying to help. Do not spend or waste your money on this piece of garbage like I did. I did, however, try to actually play the game, and what doesn't make sense to me is if you're gonna go to all this clickbaity crap, why not actually make like a decent game? You're gonna get more eyes on your game than normal, and more people are gonna actually try to purchase it. Why not make like an actually decent game? But no, like the controls are loose and crappy. The animations are just god awful. The controls, outside of like being loose and you basically can easily fall off your little platform, they're also not responsive at all. Why? Why would you even make this? Like, who's buying it? Again, as I just mentioned, 99.9% of people on the Nintendo eShop will not purchase this, except for people like me who just basically want to clown on it. Well, wouldn't that be more surprising if they made like a really good game and you were like shocked by it? It could easily become like a hidden gem or something. I don't know. It'd be more famous for being good, actually good, than just, hey, it's another piece of junk shovelware game that's using the concepts of an IP to try to clickbait you into buying this crappy game. Anyway, speaking of crappy games, I decided, you know what, I really need to think about a new career. And I thought, with the new presidential administration, I think I might have an idea for a career. A few states to the south of me, but a career nonetheless. So I decided to train up for this job and I checked out Border Patrol Simulator. I had so many high hopes for this game. I really thought like at best it could be really funny and kind of messed up, like kind of loosely racist, but also cringy funny, you know what I'm saying? Like, I obviously do not want a racist game, but something that's kind of like, if you looked at it sideways, it would be racist, but yeah, just the fact that it's there makes it kind of funny, something like that. Or something better yet, or you're actually like against aggressive type drug mules or gang members or human traffickers or whatever, and there's guns and there's action going on. Unfortunately, this game decided to do neither of the two things. Well, sort of. I mean, there's definitely no action. It's not a game with any gunplay or real bad guys. I mean, yeah, there's like bad guys who are trying to smuggle stuff, but they don't fight you. It's not crazy. My other hope was that maybe it could be kind of fun where it's like a detective style game where you're using your brain to try to figure out if they are smuggling somebody or something, and you sort of use deduction and the power of your brain to solve crimes and whatever. But no, it's not that either. In fact, it's just sort of repetitive. It's the same thing over and over. It is a slight bit racist in that, meaning if you just see someone crossing the border and they have a slightly Mexican sounding last name, there's a good chance they're smuggling drugs in the back of their vehicle. No, I'm kidding, but sort of not. Yes, no, kind of. No, there's more than just the Mexican sounding people smuggling drugs, but it's all the same, is my point. It's not interesting. It doesn't change things up. It's basically just finding like the same white packages in the back of people's car in the wheel hub or something. Like, they don't really put much effort into changing the formula of it. And it has been, honestly, a few days since I played it, and I did notice there was an update, but I hadn't checked it out. The time before the update, it was also really irritating, at least on the Switch, trying to highlight different items. Like when you go into your mode where you're looking for drugs or paraphernalia, whatever you're trying to find, is you're trying to stop people from crossing the border. When you have to highlight certain items to like examine it, that was kind of a pain in the ass. It didn't really work that great, and it had me irritated many times. The other thing was just the actual performance of it. The game wasn't asked to do a lot, really. Your character moves really slow. A lot of the game itself is pretty slow, but yet there is a lot of lagging in the game. Not to mention the crashes. And yes, I had multiple crashes on this game. And it's astounding to me that a game that does so little, has so little to offer, it's so slow, it's all these negative things, but they couldn't even make that work. Like, that still, for some reason, causes crashes. I don't know, maybe I don't understand how to program a game or whatever, but it just seemed like if you have more difficult things that are going on, or faster paced things that are going on, that could cause some lagging and cause it to crash, and so on and so forth. But maybe I'm wrong, and I often am, but I'm not about this, and that is, do not waste your money on either one of these games, because they're both garbage. Yes, you could probably get both of them for like $10 total, but keep for $10. I wanted to talk about these games namely because of circumstance. So I did have a review for Neo Fantasian on the way, but unfortunately we got a blizzard here in Kansas, and we lost power. We were busy with some stuff that had to go on, and so I decided to just do this video because this is something I'd been working on for the last, I don't know, week or two, and figured it would be a nice placeholder for at least a couple days until my family can finally get out of the house and stop driving me insane, and I can actually work on something else. But, at the same time, I realized I haven't just came off of a little bit of a break where, I haven't put up a video in almost 7 days, so wow. Needed to put up something. And I've been wanting to talk about this because these games are god awful. So the moral of the story is, do not live in Kansas where you can get a blizzard and be snowed in with your crazy family. Also, don't buy these two games. They're definitely not worth it. But hey, in the comment section, tell me, if you live in America, are you going through the blizzard? Are you going through Snowmageddon? If not, tell me what games you're playing right now, or what games you're interested in. Anything and everything in that comment section not only helps me interact with you, but it also helps the video. So much is appreciated. I love each and every one of you guys. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.